The man is summoned to save the world, yet unexpectedly he joins the Demon King's army. When dude opens his eyes in another world, his entire body starts buffering, because standing there is this jacked-ass minotaur. Although the goddess literally told him he would be spawned into the beginner village, where the mobs would be low-level trash. But little did he know bro literally spawned right into the Demon King's headquarters. So naturally, dude attacks the mob without hesitation. The outcome is unsurprising. He gets absolutely destroyed. Now here's the kicker. In his previous life, my boy was an undefeated MMA fighter. But one day, Truck Kun decided to humble him. When he opens his eyes again, he finds himself in some discounted heaven, where some goddess tells him his next life will be easy, and that the village chief's 18 daughters will be his party members. Bro's thinking he hit the jackpot. But little did he know, this scamming goddess was just speedrunning her performance quota by yeeting souls into another world. Unwilling to give up, my man shouts for a rematch with the Minotaur, but his loud commotion attracts the second in command, Big Goblin, who drops his greatsword on the ground, and the sound nearly removes bro's soul from his body. He's like, okay, I'll be quiet, chill. And Shrek's evil cousin warns him, one more sound and you're becoming tonight's burger. As the goblin shuffled off, Hero Boy slumped against the wall, muttering about how this otherworld nonsense had gone completely off the rails. He groaned, if this keeps up, I'm gonna die a virgin. Again. At this moment, a voice comes from the neighboring cell. The voice asks if he is a new hero. The hero responds and asks who the speaker is. The man introduces himself and explains that he is also a hero. He then explains the truth. This place is the Demon King's slave dungeon. To prove it, the man suddenly calls out loudly to the surrounding cells. After a brief silence, voices answer from all directions. Many heroes respond. It becomes clear that there are over 100 heroes imprisoned in this dungeon. The man continues explaining. The dungeon is ruled by the Minotaur, and Steel Gob serves as his second in command. Both are known for their cruelty and show no mercy to humans. According to him, this situation exists because of one person, Rachel. Heroes are normally summoned into cities, where it is safe and possible to grow stronger. However, because of the goddess's mistake, beginner heroes were sent directly into demon territory, and without abilities or experience, they were easily captured. The next day, the hero experiences the reality of life in the dungeon. He is forced to work without rest or payment. His body grows weaker with every passing hour, and Steel Gob treats him as nothing more than a slave. By the time the hero is returned to his cell, he can barely move. After resting, the hero remembers something the goddess mentioned before. Heroes have access to a status window. He summons it. His stats are higher than those of normal people, and one number stands out in particular. Endurance, 31. The hero in the neighboring cell is shocked. At level 1, such a value is extremely rare, and he believes the hero may have the potential to escape. However, the hero himself feels no excitement. He is already exhausted. Later that night, the hero checks the status window again and notices something new: hero points. None of the other heroes have this feature. Before he can investigate further, a bright light fills the cell, and the goddess Rachel appears. She explains that hero points are the key to creating the strongest possible hero. However, the hero is not interested in her explanation. His anger finally surfaces. Soon after, Rachel admits the truth. A simple accident caused the teleportation to fail, and as punishment from the higher gods, she has been assigned to serve the hero until the Demon King is defeated. She calls him a triple S-rank hero. The hero refuses. In his previous life, he spent his entire time fighting and died alone. This time, he wants to live a normal life, instead of chasing another battle. The goddess is left speechless. As she attempts to persuade him, footsteps approach the dungeon. The hero quickly signals her to stay quiet. She assures him that she can turn invisible. A familiar shape steps in, the demon army's second in command, Big Blade Gob. He delivers the message plainly. The boss wants to see him. Without delay, Bro is escorted to the office. The reason soon becomes obvious. Big Blade Gob reported that my man works harder than any other slave. He even joked that he had found a new ride, which sparks the boss's curiosity. The boss studies Hero for a moment before speaking. He praises the effort and announces a promotion, Chief Slave. The goddess freezes. To her, this feels like a direct challenge. She urgently whispers that Bro must refuse, insisting a human hero should never kneel to demons. Little Bro ignores her completely. Instead, he steps forward, drops to his knees, and bows hard. He thanks Tower Bull and promises absolute dedication. The boss nods, clearly pleased. A few days later, Bro officially takes charge. He shouts orders non-stop, pushing slaves to move faster and work harder, showing zero mercy. He looks completely satisfied with his role. The slaves below are stunned. Some whisper that he used to be a hero, unable to understand how someone could fall this far. Even the goddess, watching nearby, is shocked. She confronts him, calling him insane and warning that this will end badly. My man ignores her and keeps working. After squeezing every bit of effort from the slaves, Bro salutes toward the boss's tower and loudly promises loyalty. This finally sends the goddess over the edge. She starts lecturing him non-stop about honor, justice, and what a hero should be. Her voice follows him everywhere. Unable to take it anymore, Hero opens the hero panel in front of her. The mission is clear. Because of a mistake, he was sent to the demon dungeon, and his current task is to gain the boss's trust. He explains calmly that everything he's doing follows the mission exactly. The goddess refuses to believe it. My man finally snaps and grabs her, asking who she thinks is responsible for trapping him here in the first place. After that, the goddess quiets down and stops interfering. Not long after, Big Blade Gob appears again with another summons. Hero happily reports to the office. After days of steady effort, Tower Bull openly praises him. Sensing danger, Bro quickly speaks up and asks for permission to train the slaves. He proposes turning them into an elite workforce, claiming if one person could do the work of 3, they will finishing the castle within a week. The boss hesitates, doubting human limits, but agrees because the idea comes from my man. When Bro returns to the dungeon, the goddess breaks down. She is convinced he has lost his way and betrayed humanity. Hero finally reveals his real plan. He explains that he has no intention of turning against humans. He is preparing a rebellion. The castle holds thousands of slaves, while demon soldiers are far fewer. A human base nearby makes escape possible once the timing is right. His calm logic surprises even the goddess, who finally begins to trust him. Completing the mission, Bro earns hero points. Curious, he opens the hero shop and is immediately disappointed. The rewards are ridiculous, ranging from useless skills to absolute trash-tier items. The goddess laughs and tells him not to worry, explaining that low-level shops are always garbage. My man shuts that down fast, questioning how any of this is supposed to make him the ultimate hero. Training begins the next day. Hero forces the slaves to chant demon slogans and drill together. From above, Tower Bull watches with pride, convinced he chose correctly. That confidence doesn't last. Big Blade Gob rushes in with urgent news. The human army is advancing fast. One demon division has already fallen. They are running out of time. Though Tower Bull hates the idea of abandoning the nearly finished fortress, he finally agrees. Right after saying that, the commander suddenly kicks open a nearby window. Before Bro can react further, Red Tank Bull lands nearby and calmly turns his body toward him. There is no time to waste. They need to retreat immediately. Hearing this, Little Bro is confused and asks where they are supposed to go. But before an answer comes, the human army has already arrived. Orders ring out across the field, and both sides rush forward at once. A full battle between humans and demons erupts. In the chaos, a human commander notices Red Tank Bull standing calmly off to the side. He immediately marks him as the highest priority target and orders everyone to focus on killing him. My man understands the situation instantly. The human army is attacking in force. For a brief moment, a dangerous thought crosses his mind. If he strikes Red Tank Bull from behind right now, he could return to human society as a hero. That thought ends instantly. A human knight charges forward at full speed. Red Tank Bull reacts without effort. He reaches out and crushes the knight's head on the spot. Then he grabs the body and smashes it into the ground. The impact spreads outward like a shockwave, knocking down nearly every human nearby. After finishing, Red Tank Bull calmly turns his head and looks at Hero, asking if he is unharmed. Frozen MC immediately salutes and reports that he is fine and ready to retreat. Even though Red Tank Bull just wiped out an entire squad alone, the demon forces still choose to pull back due to incoming reinforcements. At that moment, Bro realizes something painful. His chance to return to human society is gone. His second life is slipping away. He never imagined someone could be this strong enough to shatter his hopes with a single move. The goddess tries to comfort him, claiming that traveling to demon headquarters is a good chance to learn about their military strength. Little Bro snaps back, telling her to be quiet and making it clear that he will never trust her words again. Their argument accidentally wakes Red Tank Bull, who asks if something was said. Panicking, my man quickly denies it, and instead claims he was talking about how honored he feels to serve. Hearing this, Red Tank Bull smiles faintly and forms a dangerous idea. Once they reach headquarters, he will officially recommend Hero to join the demon army. The words hit hard. Escape now feels nearly impossible. Several hours later, the convoy arrives at Demon headquarters. As soon as they dismount, Red Tank Bull prepares to bring MC to meet the Supreme Commander. He warns Bro to choose his words carefully, because a single mistake could be fatal. They soon arrive outside the main hall. Red Tank Bull announces himself, and a calm female voice allows them to enter. Inside, he immediately takes responsibility for losing the fortress. The Supreme Commander, a terrifying woman, dismisses this explanation and blames the supply officer instead, casually stating that she will prepare a body bag for him. As she speaks, an overwhelming pressure fills the room. Hiro struggles to breathe as fear grips his body instinctively. The aura is stronger than anything he has ever felt before. After a moment, Demon Mommy withdraws her presence and finally notices MC standing nearby. She asks about my man. Red Tank Bull explains that this is the talented human he mentioned before, and that he intends to bring him into the Demon Army. Demon Mommy instantly appears in front of Bro, examining him with interest, but quickly points out the obvious problem. He has a human body, and humans usually get eaten here. Hearing this, Little Bro panics and looks to Red Tank Bull for reassurance. Red Tank Bull promises to personally train him and make him strong enough to survive. This idea is rejected immediately. Demon Mommy believes it is a waste of time for a high-ranking officer to train a human. Instead, she reaches into her mouth in a way no one wants to understand. Her body twists unnaturally, and she spits out a bizarre creature from the top of her head. She announces that from now on, Hiro will serve as its guardian. Its name is Bobo. She cheerfully asks if it is cute. My man strongly disagrees internally and wants nothing more than to stay far away. Unfortunately, under overwhelming pressure, he has no choice but to accept. He agrees to care for Monster Dog. Demon Mommy seems pleased and tosses the creature over, adding a friendly warning. When it is hungry, it gets angry, and when angry, it eats its guardian. Just like that, MC officially joins the Demon Army and immediately receives a hero mission. His task is to gain Monster Dog's affection. Looking at the sleeping creature, Hiro cannot understand how this has anything to do with becoming a hero. As he thinks this over, the door suddenly opens. A balding goblin walks in, his partner in caring for Monster Dog. Bro greets him politely. The goblin orders him to prepare the creature's meal. Before he finishes speaking, Monster Dog wakes up. Terrified, the goblin instantly hides behind Hiro and points forward, claiming that the newcomer is today's food. He even tries to restrain MC, coldly stating that if someone has to die, it might as well be him. The balding goblin clearly misjudges MC's strength. In the next instant, he is sent flying across the room like trash being thrown out. With no one left to stop him, Monster Dog finally begins eating. A moment later, the sounds of chewing and swallowing suddenly stop. Unfortunately, that does not mean he is full. Instead, Monster Dog slowly turns his attention toward the goddess. She panics immediately and starts screaming for help. His hunger grows so intense that he even starts treating Bro as potential food. With no time left, Little Bro forces himself to think. How do you calm down an angry dog? Suddenly, an idea hits him. He shouts the one sentence no dog can resist. Go outside and play. The effect is instant. Monster Dog's eyes clear up, and he jumps straight into MC's arms. Just as expected, my man quickly carries him outside. But the problem is, neither of them knows where the kitchen is. While wandering around, a random goblin appears. Hiro immediately asks where the kitchen is. The goblin points to the right, and then sprints away without even looking back. Watching this, Bro laughs. The Demon Army really is full of cowards. Maybe Monster Dog is more useful than expected, but the pride lasts only a second. When Bro turns around, Monster Dog is gone. Panic sets in. They rush around searching until finally they spot him again. Relieved, Hiro runs over, hugging Monster Dog and asking if he knows how worried everyone was. Then Bro notices something strange. There is blood, a lot of it. Before he can process it, a loud shout echoes nearby. Someone yells that a captain has been eaten. The goddess's smile freezes instantly. Hiro grabs Monster Dog and bolts. Goblins chase after them, but their short legs can't keep up. Unfortunately, luck runs out fast. Bro runs straight into a dead end. Turning around, he sees a crowd of goblins blocking the exit. They glare at him, blaming him for their captain's death. One goblin even licks his lips, saying he hopes the body hasn't been fully digested yet. The situation is almost hopeless. Then my man gets an idea. He straightens up and speaks loudly, demanding to know how they dare act so rude. Then he lifts Monster Dog and shakes him slightly. He asks if they even know who this creature is. He announces the name with confidence, Monster Dog. The reaction is immediate. The goblins step back without thinking. Everyone knows how terrifying Demon Mommy is. Monster Dog is her pet. However, one goblin refuses to believe it. Seeing this, Hero crouches down and scratches Monster Dog's chin a few times. That is enough. Monster Dog instantly pounces on the doubter. In less than half a minute, the goblin is gone, completely. Bro calmly asks if anyone else doubts him. The remaining goblins drop to their knees at once. Just then, a familiar voice comes from behind. Demon Mommy wonders why it was so noisy. She finds the situation amusing and calls MC to her office. After hearing the full story, she laughs loudly. She realizes Hero used Monster Dog's identity to survive. My man immediately kneels and admits fault, but Demon Mommy is not angry. She finds it clever. She lifts Hero's chin and tells him that while he is smart, demons solve problems with strength. Then she asks him a dangerous question. Does he want to become a senior officer in the demon army? Little bro freezes. Demon Mommy explains the rules. Ranks can be taken through duels. She warns him that he cannot rely on her name or Monster Dog anymore. Still, she offers protection for 1 month. After that, Hero must defeat an opponent she chooses. If he wins, she will extend her protection again. If he loses, he should die fighting. With no choice, MC agrees. His opponent is decided immediately. He realizes he has 30 days left. Feeling hopeless, Bro heads to the kitchen to find food for Monster Dog. When he reaches the door, he sees it is covered in blood. Carefully, he peeks inside and apologizes for disturbing. A red-skinned orc turns around. This is the head cook, Blood Apron Boss. Hero explains he needs food for Monster Dog. The cook refuses instantly. He says no one ordered him to help, and if MC wants meat, he should go hunting like everyone else. He points behind him. Goblins are happily cutting up bodies and eating. Watching this, my man finally understands something important. These are not cooks, they are demons. Still, to avoid becoming Monster Dog's next meal, Hero has no choice. He joins the hunting group and heads outside. On the very first hunt, Bro almost walks straight into death. A massive creature suddenly attacks from the front, but before it can reach him, a group of goblins rush in and block the strike with their bodies. Watching the monster collapse while still barely alive, Hero freezes. For a moment, he can't even tell who is hunting whom anymore. At that moment, the goddess quietly suggests that this is the perfect chance to escape. Bro agrees instantly. Just as little Bro lifts his foot to leave, the orc chef suddenly calls out. There's no need to rush. He casually says the hunt is already over. This shocks my man completely. He was stunned for only a few seconds, yet the monster is already dead. However, the price was heavy. 13 goblins are dead, and more than 20 are badly injured. Blood Apron Boss shows no sadness at all. Instead, he looks satisfied and orders everyone to rest briefly before preparing for the next hunt. After thinking carefully, Hero changes his mind. He decides not to run. The goddess is stunned by this decision and asks if he really plans to hunt monsters alongside them. My man explains calmly that he doesn't need to fight seriously. As long as he participates and lands the final blow, he can gain experience and level up. Hearing this logic, the goddess is speechless. She calls it cheating and dislikes the idea of shortcuts. But Bro has already made up his mind. He needs to grow strong within 1 month, no matter what. He walks back toward Blood Apron Boss. The orc immediately notices and seems to understand his intention at a glance. Hero pretends to be clueless and politely asks to join the hunt. The orc stares at him for a long moment, making MC's heart race. He wonders if this one is different from the others. Then Blood Apron Boss suddenly bursts out laughing. A human daring to hunt monsters is amusing to him. Little Bro scratches his head and flatters him, saying it's all thanks to the chef's influence. Pleased, the orc makes a shocking decision. He orders Hero to lead the next hunt. My man is completely stunned. He only wanted to stay in the back and steal experience. He immediately refuses, claiming a humble human shouldn't stand in front of noble demons. Before the argument goes further, a panicked goblin runs over and reports that a pack of wild wolves has appeared nearby. Blood Apron Boss remains calm. He grips the cleaver on his back and calls it fresh meat. The hunt begins at once. Perfect timing. Hero smiles faintly. All he needs to do is land the final hits. The goddess steps in and uses magic to boost MC's physical strength, though it only lasts 3 minutes. She expects praise, but instead gets scolded for not using this earlier. Still, the boost fills Bro with confidence. There are only 5 black wolves. As the fight begins, Hero jumps forward and punches a dying wolf on the ground. Instantly, he levels up. Not once, but several times. Before the joy fades, he spots a goblin about to finish another wolf and shoves him aside, pretending to slip. One by one, Bro claims the final blows. Under his leadership, the wolves are wiped out quickly. Hero plans to leave immediately, but Blood Apron Boss calls him back. It's time to eat. As a contributor, my man is offered fresh meat, a chef's privilege. Staring at the raw, bloody meat, Bro feels disgusted, but forces himself to take a bite. The meat itself isn't bad, but eating it raw is miserable. Then inspiration strikes. If he can make food taste better, he might control these demons through their stomachs. Without hesitation, Hero buys a seasoning bottle from the hero shop. The goddess strongly disapproves, saying hero points shouldn't be wasted on flavoring. My man ignores her and starts grilling the meat himself. When he sprinkles the seasoning onto the sizzling meat, a rich aroma explodes into the air. Satisfied, Hero brings the freshly grilled meat to Blood Apron Boss. The orc initially refuses, saying he's full. My man insists, claiming it's his life's greatest creation. Finally, the orc gives in and takes one bite. That single bite hits hard. The flavor reminds him of his childhood, of meals long forgotten. Blood Apron Boss is deeply moved. To thank Hero, he hands over a large bag of fresh meat and tells him to come back anytime if he needs help. My man carries the fresh meat back to his quarters. He calls out happily to Monster Dog, saying he's back. The moment the words leave his mouth, Monster Dog suddenly lunges forward with his jaws wide open. Startled, Hero reacts on instinct. He yanks the bag open and throws the fresh meat straight at Monster Dog's face. With food secured, Bro relaxes. He tells Monster Dog to eat as much as he wants. After Monster Dog devours an absurd amount of meat, his affection rises sharply. A system message appears. The task is complete. Monster Dog now favors his guardian. Reward granted, 200 hero points. The success boosts Hero's confidence immediately. Everything is going according to plan. He opens his status panel right away. Watching from the side, the goddess freezes when she sees it. She asks if little Bro plans to save all those unused stat points for another lifetime. Bro fires back without hesitation. No one ever explained what those points were for in the first place. That shuts Lazy Goddess up immediately, since teaching him is literally her responsibility. She sighs and finally begins explaining. Attributes are divided into strength, agility, stamina, and magic power. Before she can finish, Hero interrupts. There is another stat listed. Charm. Lazy Goddess explains that charm is a hidden attribute. It cannot be gained through jobs and only improves through behavior and experience. She adds, somewhat unwillingly, that MC's charm toward male monsters is unusually high. Quickly changing the topic, she explains that physical stats matter most early on, while magic becomes dominant later. My man follows her advice and puts most of his points into physical attributes. Lazy Goddess then suggests buying a basic magic control guide from the hero shop. It should be cheap and common. Hero searches the shop again and again but finds nothing. Lazy Goddess looks confused and insists it should be there. Bro lets out a deep sigh. Once again, his personal goddess proves unreliable. Time passes. 3 weeks go by. Hero finally reaches level 100. He comments that it took longer than expected and proudly declares himself the hardest working hero around. Lazy Goddess scoffs and says he's basically living like an idol. That word instantly triggers Bro. He knocks her down and shouts that she has no idea how many times he almost died. Lazy Goddess hurriedly apologizes, saying it usually takes half a year to reach this level, and she only meant it as praise. Their argument grows louder until the door suddenly bursts open. A goblin rushes in, completely panicked. The beast tamer is being summoned. The boss demands to see him. The moment she sees him, even she is surprised. In less than a month, Bro's body has grown much stronger, and his magic power has clearly increased. My man quickly brushes it off, saying it's all thanks to chasing food for Monster Dog. Demon Mommy isn't convinced. She directly asks if this growth is related to the hero system. Cold sweat runs down Hero's back. Demon Mommy calmly explains that she figured it out the very first time they met. She simply chose not to say anything. One reason was Red Tank Bull's favor. The other reason is the upcoming duel. Then suddenly releases an overwhelming aura and shifts into her true form. She lunges toward MC, stopping just short of contact. Her warning is simple. If he doesn't want to die, he should work hard and entertain her. With that, she sends Hero back. Alone again, Bro starts thinking seriously. What would impress Demon Mommy more? Flashy tricks or absolute dominance? If he fails, he's dead. Lazy Goddess immediately starts panicking and offers no useful advice at all. My man decides to rely on information. He opens the hero shop and buys a power reading device that measures combat strength. First, he points it at Lazy Goddess. A number appears, 375. Without context, it means nothing. Lazy Goddess suggests testing it on Hero. She points the device at MC, and the number instantly shocks her. 1,560. She insists the device must be broken. Hero shrugs and tells her anyone can see she's weak now. Lazy Goddess bursts into tears, remembering that her power once exceeded 10,000. To confirm the device works, Bro turns it toward Monster Dog. The number appears. 47,400. Both of them freeze. After a long pause, Hero quietly admits the truth. They are both weaker than a dog. After thinking it over, Bro decides to take the power reader outside and quietly scan the people around him. The weakest ones are the young goblins, barely registering anything worth noting. Most regular soldiers sit around his current level. However, once he checks anyone with a commander badge, the numbers jump sharply. Every single one of them exceeds 10,000. Bro remembers something important. His opponent is supposed to be a platoon leader. The Lazy Goddess confirms it and casually adds that the guy is a half-orc with a pig-like face. Based on the rank alone, Hero estimates the combat power should be around 3,000. If he levels up a bit more, he might still manage. Then reality hits. When my man finally scans the opponent, cold sweat instantly runs down his back. The number isn't 3,000, it's over 6,000. Fighting someone like that would be suicide. While Little Bro is still frozen in shock, the Hero system suddenly activates. It bluntly informs him that his current chances of winning are nearly zero. However, because refusing to give up is apparently his specialty, the system gives him a chance. Increase combat power to 3,000 within 1 week, complete the task, and receive 300 hero points. The next morning, Bro returns to the kitchen. The orc head chef notices the strange device and asks if it's some kind of new fashion accessory. Bro scratches his head and casually says he saw others wearing one, so he bought it too. The chef turns away, clearly unable to understand young people anymore, and orders everyone to prepare for hunting. While his back is turned, Hero secretly scans him. The number nearly stops his heart, and it's not just him. My man quickly checks the others in the kitchen. Every single one of them is far stronger than ordinary soldiers. Constant monster hunting really does turn people into monsters. Seeing this, an idea forms. If Hero can spar with someone close to his own level, he can properly measure his strength. He steps forward and politely asks for permission to spar with one of the kitchen staff. The request catches Blood Apron Boss off guard. Sparring, he asks. My man explains that this kind of training will help him improve faster. The chef hesitates. From his perspective, the human is already strong and shouldn't rush things. Bro puts on a disappointed face and casually mentions that he brought some meat to grill as thanks. But maybe they'll eat it some other day. That does it. Blood Apron Boss immediately grabs him and agrees. They'll spar now. Preparations begin right away. Hero chooses his opponent carefully. He picks a beastman called Brick Brain Butcher. The reason is simple. First, he's the same species as the chef. Second, among the kitchen staff, he looks not very bright. Even so, his combat power is 2,500, nearly double MC's. Honestly, Hero doesn't think he can win, but he has to. If he can't beat someone weaker than Blood Apron Boss, he has no chance against his future opponent. When the kitchen staff hears about the spar, they gather around in confusion. Sparring? Does that mean fighting? Does that mean killing? They seriously debate whether Bro is about to die. Someone even worries about who will grill the meat if that happens. One genius suggests killing Brick Brain Butcher first, instead. Before the discussion turns into a tragedy, Blood Apron Boss steps in and shuts them up. He explains that sparring is not killing, it's just testing strength. The staff murmurs, still clearly confused. The chef gives up on explaining and focuses on the important part. He warns Brick Brain Butcher not to kill Hero, but also not to hold back too much. Hurt him enough so he learns something. The Beastman nods blankly, scratching his head, looking completely unreliable. When the chef mentions extra meat as a reward, his eyes suddenly light up, and he becomes strangely articulate. The two step forward. My man asks him to go easy. Blood Apron Boss raises his arm and announces the start. The moment his arm drops, the fight begins. Brick Brain Butcher raises his guard, thinking he shouldn't hurt the meat-grilling human too badly. At that exact moment, Hero charges forward at full speed. The Beastman swings, but his fist hits nothing but air. In the same instant, he sees MC's leg coming straight toward him. A massive boot fills his vision. That is his last memory. With a single kick, Hero sends Brick Brain Butcher flying. The spar ends instantly. 2 hours later, the 3rd Legion reaches the forest behind headquarters. No monsters have shown themselves yet, but MC is already buzzing with excitement. To be honest, Hero never expected to win earlier. Knocking down a beastman with double his combat power in one hit changed everything. Now, bro understands something important. Raw numbers don't decide every fight. That means he still has a real chance against his future opponent. But confidence has already taken root. Before long, movement appears ahead. A large group of young horned creatures comes into view. At last, the news my man has been waiting for arrives. This area is their territory. The orc chef, Blood Apron Boss, frowns. Something feels off. This region usually doesn't have these creatures roaming around. Even the normally decisive chef hesitates. Little bro steps closer and asks if there's a problem. Is their meat not tasty or something? The chef shakes his head. Their meat is excellent, especially the marrow inside their bones. A true delicacy. The issue is that these creatures live in groups. If they aren't careful, they could trigger a swarm. Worse, there's the mother, the queen, with extremely strong maternal instincts. If her young are harmed, things could get ugly fast. So should they stop here? Hiro scratches his head and laughs, but the chef answers calmly. No. If the meat is good, they'll hunt them anyway. The queen rarely leaves her nest, so it should be fine. He lifts his massive cleaver and gives the order. Everyone charge. Today's snack is bone marrow. The kitchen soldiers roar and rush forward. They're ordered to capture the prey alive, since their bodily fluids are valuable. As the fight breaks out, Bro begins his performance. He bumps allies aside by accident and swoops in for the final hits. One kill after another, Bro's level keeps rising. Someone comments that he's amazing at stealing kills. Hiro laughs proudly. At this rate, he'll surpass his opponent soon. Then the ground starts shaking. A deep, violent rumble spreads through the forest. My man looks around in confusion. Everyone freezes. Slowly, the source reveals itself. The queen has arrived. Her massive body nearly blocks out the sky. When she sees the pile of dead young ones, her entire frame trembles with rage. She intends to wipe everyone out. Hiro raises the power reader, wanting to know just how strong this monster is. The device instantly screams an alert. Unmeasurable, unmeasurable. Panicking, Bro turns to ask the chef what to do, only to see his back disappearing into the distance. The chef shouts something about fate bringing them together again and tells everyone to survive if they can. Bro is stunned. What kind of leadership is that? Before he can process it, the queen attacks. Her legs strike like cannonballs. Goblins who react too slowly are crushed instantly. Then she releases a deafening roar that nearly bursts Hiro's eardrums. While he's still confused about the noise, the lazy goddess suddenly shouts in his ear, telling him to look behind him. When Hiro turns around, his blood runs cold. Countless smaller creatures are rushing toward him. There's no choice. He runs with the main group. Anyone who falls behind is killed immediately. Screams echo everywhere, but Bro doesn't dare stop. If he does, he's dead. After running for 10 exhausting minutes, my man spots a cave and dives inside. It should be safe in here, right? Lazy goddess checks and says there are no monsters inside. Hiro doesn't fully trust her, but it's still better than staying outside. The cave is deep and wide, clearly natural. Then Lazy Goddess casually points out something terrifying. That also means the queen could squeeze inside. My man freezes. Scanning the walls, he notices strange green slime. This doesn't look like it came from the creatures they were hunting. The goddess said there shouldn't be anything else here. Uneasy, Hiro moves deeper and immediately regrets it. The cave is filled with countless eggs. His mind goes blank. This isn't just nearby territory. This is the nest. They can't stay here. But before Bro can move, a sharp spike suddenly shoots toward him. He barely dodges. An adult creature lunges into view. There's no time to think. Hiro runs in a random direction, ignoring the lazy goddess asking if this is the exit. Suddenly, he trips. Desperate, Mick grabs one of the eggs and throws it at the creature with all his strength. The egg hits, but instead of attacking, the creature catches it carefully, as if afraid to break it. The attack stops. Confused, Hiro stares. The creature isn't angry anymore. It's protecting the egg. Lazy goddess thinks for a moment and says it seems to like what he threw. Looking closer, Bro notices slime all over the eggs. Realization hits him hard. A grin spreads across Hiro's face. He picks up another one. The creature instantly tenses. My man raises his arm and deliberately throws it away from the creature. In a flash, it dashes after the egg and catches it again. That speed is terrifying. Lazy goddess asks what the plan is now. Hiro smirks. Isn't it obvious? He's standing in a nest with over 100 eggs. More than 10 minutes pass, and the adult creature is finally exhausted, gasping for air. Hiro reaches out and asks the lazy goddess for another one. She hesitates, then tells him the truth. That was the last egg. The words hit hard. Before Mac can react, the enraged adult monster completely snaps and charges forward at terrifying speed. Bro panics and shouts for buffs. The lazy goddess reacts instantly, and a blue glow spreads across my man's arm. He clenches his fist, confident that the creature has been worn down from non-stop chasing. He throws a full-power punch. The impact is brutal. The creature's outer shell splits apart, exposing pale bone underneath. Hiro stares at his own hands in disbelief. He actually won. The moment the buff fades, pain crashes down all at once. Little bro nearly collapses as his body screams in protest. The lazy goddess rushes in, casting a healing spell. Light surrounds him, and his twisted injuries slowly mend. Once the pain fades, bro immediately spends every remaining stat point he earned. Before he can relax, a familiar voice echoes from deeper in the cave. He looks up. It's Blood Apron Boss. They're both shocked to see each other alive. The chef laughs, saying he stumbled into this cave while escaping, and considers it good luck. Hiro, however, immediately tells him the truth. This cave is the monster's nest. Those eggs are its hatchery. The chef doesn't respond. Instead, his eyes burn with excitement as he stares at the eggs. He calmly states that these soft eggs are top-tier ingredients, something most demons die without tasting. Bro snaps and tells him they need to run, now. The chef casually eats one. He explains that the queen chasing them has probably already entered the cave. Defeating her would require an entire regiment. So instead, he suggests enjoying a final meal. As they argue, footsteps approach from outside. The remaining kitchen crew has arrived. Hiro feels despair creeping in. He refuses to accept this as his end. He hasn't even started a proper life yet. He can't die here. Elsewhere, inside Demon Mommy's office, she casually questions Red Tank Bull about the task she assigned him. He reports success. In just 3 weeks, he managed to capture an important holy target from the human side. Demon Mommy praises him casually, patting his head. At that moment, an urgent report interrupts them. There has been a major incident involving the kitchen staff. Demon Mommy isn't surprised at first. Accidents happen often, but this time, the casualties are severe. They encountered the queen monster. Most of the kitchen staff, including the head chef, are either dead or missing. Then another name comes up. Hiro is missing as well. Red Tank Bull freezes. Back inside the cave, the kitchen crew is completely absorbed in eating eggs, acting as if nothing matters anymore. My man sighs deeply, then suddenly smacks the chef with a heavy book. The pain snaps him back to reality. Hiro quickly makes up an excuse, claiming he was breaking some kind of curse. In truth, he just doesn't want to watch everyone give up. The book he's holding is a monster encyclopedia he bought earlier. It contains detailed information about this species. Hiro quickly explains what it says. These creatures are social, spider-type beasts with powerful legs. Their weak points are the torso and head. Their fluids are extremely flammable. Their eggs contain explosive liquid. Even the cave walls, hardened by their saliva, are weak against fire. After closing the book, Bro asks if anyone here can use fire magic. The chef admits he can cast basic fireballs, but insists it's useless. The shells are too strong. Hiro rolls his eyes. Burning the monsters was never the plan. He gathers everyone and announces he has an escape strategy. Most of the cooks scoff and say resistance is pointless. They'd rather keep eating. My man doesn't give up. He promises that if they escape, there will be unlimited premium grilled meat waiting for them. That does it. The crew's eyes light up. Even the chef immediately asks for the plan. It's simple. Run toward the exit. Don't stop, no matter what happens. Hiro takes the lead, and everyone charges after him. They don't get far before adult monsters block the path. Bro signals the chef. He grabs 2 eggs and throws them hard against the cave wall. At the same time, fire magic flies. The moment flame touches the egg fluid, a massive explosion rocks the cave. The shockwave nearly brings everything down. Forced to protect the remaining eggs, the adult monsters abandon pursuit and rush to contain the fire. Now, everyone runs. The cave twists and turns, making the exit hard to find. Hiro shouts that only 1 egg remains. They must escape before using it. Suddenly, the lazy goddess spots light in the distance. The exit. Dodging relentless attacks, Bro sprints toward it. The light grows closer. They're almost out. Then Hiro stops cold. Blocking the entire cave entrance stands the massive queen herself. She has returned, and there is nowhere left to run. Even though the massive queen is shaking with rage, she doesn't attack right away. Hiro notices this hesitation and quickly understands why. The egg in his hand is stopping her. These creatures have terrifying strength, but their motherly instincts are even stronger. Without wasting a second, Bro rips a large strip of cloth from his sleeve and signals Blood Apron Boss to light it. He raises both the burning cloth and the egg high into the air. Then Bro shouts his warning. If this egg explodes, everyone here dies. The cave will collapse, and all of her children will be buried along with them. If she doesn't want that, she needs to move aside and let them leave. The queen explodes with fury. She wants my man dead immediately. But instinct wins. She can't bring herself to attack. Instead, she lets out a deafening scream that shakes the cave. With no more time to hesitate, Hiro ignites the egg and throws it deep into the cave. The explosion is violent. The shockwave ripples through the stone walls and the ground starts shaking nonstop. Rocks begin falling everywhere. Bro realizes the truth instantly. The cave is collapsing. He shouts for everyone to run and bolts toward the exit. Just after making it outside, something strange happens. Hiro suddenly freezes. Level up notifications start ringing nonstop. The lazy goddess tries to pull him away, but she can't move him at all. As the cave continues to crumble behind them, more level ups keep stacking. My man finally understands. Every creature crushed inside is feeding him experience. The collapse itself is giving him the kills. Not daring to stay any longer, my man forces himself to move and runs. Escaping past the queen is still nearly impossible. As she attacks again, Blood Apron Boss pulls out one last precious egg from his stash. He hesitates, then declares he'll use it to buy them an escape. Before the plan can fully play out, the queen attacks again. Hiro reacts instantly, sliding straight under her massive body and slipping past her guard. Just as he's about to escape, sticky silk shoots out and wraps tightly around his arm. Then a deep crimson figure steps in. It's Red Tank Bull. He asks calmly if Hiro is okay. Bro is stunned. He doesn't understand why this monster is here. Red Tank Bull smirks and says he knew my man was still alive. From here on out, he's taking over. Power erupts from his body. In a single, overwhelming strike, the queen is obliterated. Hiro can only stare in shock. This level of strength is beyond absurd. The hunt ends in disaster. 99 kitchen soldiers are either dead or missing, including Blood Apron Boss. After everything settles, Bro returns to Monster Dog's room. The lazy goddess lets out a long breath, relieved they survived. Hiro, however, brings everyone back to reality. This peace won't last. His duel is coming soon. The goddess tries to reassure him. He's grown much stronger. The cave collapse alone gave him dozens of levels. Bro is now level 200. But even with that, his combat power still doesn't match his opponent's raw strength. Still, Hiro isn't discouraged. He's learned something important. Winning isn't just about numbers. His sparring match earlier proved that. The lazy goddess agrees. Strength matters, but magic matters too. To beat someone like his opponent, MC needs to use magic properly. That's the problem. He has no idea how. The goddess suddenly changes her tone and points something out. Back in the nest, Hiro may have already used magic without realizing it. That thought leaves Bro confused. Did he really? Before he can think further, the door suddenly opens. Red Tank Bull walks in, startling him. He explains his reason for coming. He wants to bring Hiro to see Demon Mommy. Under his guidance, they quickly arrive at her office. She asks why he's here. Without wasting time, Red Tank Bull gets straight to the point. He wants to personally train my man. The upcoming duel is unfair. Hiro's opponent is far stronger than his rank suggests, and with proper training, my man could reach his full potential. Hiro is stunned. He silently prays that Demon Mommy refuses. She doesn't. She agrees instantly. With no room to object, Bro thanks her and leaves with Red Tank Bull. After they're gone, Demon Mommy smirks. In just a few days, Hiro's strength has already doubled. A human growing this fast is dangerous. If Red Tank Bull helps him too much, the upcoming battle could end in an outcome she doesn't want. She already has a plan, and she fully intends to interfere. On the other side, Red Tank Bull brings Bro straight to a quiet training field, hidden deep within the base. He explains calmly that this place belongs to him alone. Hearing that, Hiro is stunned. The fact that Demon Mommy allowed this means she values Red Tank Bull far more than expected. The moment they arrive, Red Tank Bull suddenly stops and turns around, staring at my man without saying a word. Under that gaze, Bro feels uneasy. He doesn't know what the bullhead is thinking. What Red Tank Bull sees, however, is something unusual. Hiro possesses an enormous amount of magical energy, yet has no idea how to use it. Time is short. The duel is only 4 days away. Teaching slowly won't work. Red Tank Bull clenches his fist. If MC is going to awaken his potential, it has to be forced out. Growth requires pain. Before little Bro can even react, a heavy punch slams straight into him. The impact sends him flying. What the hell is this guy doing? Wasn't this supposed to be training? Red Tank Bull doesn't stop. He closes the distance again and warns him coldly. Focus everything on defense. Fail, and you die. Hero raises his arms to block, but the force still launches him across the ground. Interesting. Red Tank Bull notices it immediately. Hero's physical strength isn't exceptional, but his reaction speed and awareness are sharp. His mental toughness is even better. Suddenly, Red Tank Bull realizes something. That kick from their first meeting wasn't luck. My man has deep combat instincts. He charges again. Red Tank Bull tells him the truth. Without magic, there is no chance of winning the duel. Better to die here than be humiliated later. Another brutal strike sends Bro crashing down. This time, Hero knows it clearly. One more hit like that, and he's finished. Red Tank Bull draws back his fist again. That's when MC makes his decision. He can't die here. He clenches his fist and charges forward with everything he has. Suddenly, blue energy spirals around his hand. Mana finally responds. Their fists collide head-on. Mana crashes into Mana, releasing a violent shockwave that tears up the ground beneath them. The moment it ends, Hero collapses. Red Tank Bull walks over and looks down at him. He tells Bro that he finally used Mana. Even barely conscious, MC gives a thumbs up and manages to flatter him, saying it's thanks to good teaching. Red Tank Bull grabs his hand and nods. If he keeps this up, he really does have a chance. He begins healing Hero's injuries. Then something goes wrong. The moment dark energy flows into MC's body, unimaginable pain erupts. Hero's eyes fly open as blood spills from his mouth. He can barely breathe. Red Tank Bull freezes in horror. He forgot something critical. Humans can't endure dark magic. Dark power is poison to them. Panicking, Red Tank Bull apologizes repeatedly while lifting Hero up. In this situation, only one thing can save him: holy power. In this world, powers counter each other. Dark power suppresses magic. Magic suppresses holy power, and holy power, in turn, suppresses dark power. Holy power belongs to those who serve the divine. Far away, inside the Third Legion's sealed chamber, a human woman sits quietly. Her silver hair flows down her back, her pale eyes empty and lifeless. She is known as Silver Saint Girl, the chosen vessel of the Holy Empire. Ever since being captured by Red Tank Bull, she has been locked away here. She can still hear the voice of the divine. She just no longer prays, because she knows it won't change anything. As she sits lost in thought, the door suddenly bursts open. Red Tank Bull rushes in, breathing heavily. Seeing his panic, Silver Saint Girl is confused. This ruthless demon rarely shows emotion. He begs her to save Hero. Meanwhile, Bro drifts in and out of consciousness. His head feels like it's splitting apart. His last memory is collapsing after training. He can't accept it. If he has to die, at least it shouldn't be while holding another man's hand. Even Lazy Goddess would have been better. Just then, warmth spreads through his body. Hero slowly opens his eyes and sees a silver-haired figure standing before him. He assumes he's already dead and has reached the next world. He immediately starts ranting. If he's being summoned again, the goddess better marry him first. The silver-haired woman listens quietly, a trace of sadness passing through her eyes. Before Bro can process her gentle voice, the door suddenly flies open. Red Tank Bull rushes in and pulls Hero into a crushing hug, tears welling in his eyes. The pressure nearly knocks the breath out of Bro. This time, my man might actually die for real. After spacing out for a few seconds, Bro finally holds his breath and looks around. The silver-haired woman is still standing there. She hasn't vanished. That means she isn't some illusion or afterlife guide. She's real. A cold realization hits him. What did I just say out loud? Before Bro can panic further, Red Tank Bull urgently asks the silver-haired saint if Hero has fully recovered. She gently shakes her head. The situation isn't clear yet. As he already noticed, traces of dark power are still lingering inside my man's body. She can't predict the final outcome. Red Tank Bull freezes for a moment. Even holy power can't erase it completely? The saint explains calmly that it might only be temporary. Over time, the residue could fade naturally. For now, they can only observe. Feeling guilty, Red Tank Bull apologizes and promises to make up for it through proper training. Then, without warning, he pulls Hero into a tight hug. My man panics and tells him to stop, reminding him that subordinates shouldn't be treated like this. Left behind, the silver-haired saint looks confused. A demon personally training a human is unheard of. Just who is this guy? Outside, Hero quickly declines further training for the day, using feeding Monster Dog as an excuse. Back in his room, he thanks Monster Dog for indirectly saving him. From what he heard, the creature already ate someone earlier, so it shouldn't be hungry again today. At least training won't kill him anymore. Still, the dark energy inside him remains. Bro shrugs it off, saying it shouldn't be fatal, while glancing at the Lazy Goddess. That's when he notices her sitting on the floor, crying uncontrollably. She heard everything he said earlier. She never expected that. Blaming herself, she sobs and says all of this happened because she's a useless goddess wearing a demon mask. Seeing her like this, Mac realizes he went too far. He awkwardly tries to comfort her, telling her not to be mad, and admitting he can't function without his personal buff machine. She immediately snaps back and tells him to shut up. The next day arrives quickly. As usual, Hero reports to Red Tank Bull's private training field and gets beaten half to death. As a result, the silver-haired saint naturally becomes his full-time healer. After she finishes treating him, Bro thanks her sincerely. Then, scratching his head, he makes a shy request. Could she pray that he doesn't die tomorrow? And if possible, would she come watch the duel? Soon, the day of the duel arrives. Although MC's body aches everywhere from brutal training, his mind is calm. That means one thing: he's grown stronger. Unfortunately, almost no one else believes he can win. Humans are naturally disadvantaged compared to demons. From the viewing seats, Demon Mommy asks Red Tank Bull who he thinks will win. Without hesitation, he answers, Hero. He says my man has rare talent and endured extreme training. Demon Mommy smiles and suggests a bet. If Red Tank Bull wins, he can keep training, bro. If he loses, he must personally kill him. Since he claims to believe in Hero, he should take responsibility. Red Tank Bull accepts, though his tension is obvious. He doesn't want Hero to die. Meanwhile, my man lowers his head and focuses. During training, he learned a brand new fighting style, Bull Breaker Combat. It's a brutal martial art, refined through Red Tank Bull's clan techniques. The goal is simple: overwhelm the enemy with absolute force. His mastery isn't perfect, but his physical strength has improved dramatically. He must win, because the silver-haired saint is watching. Just then, his opponent steps onto the field, a massive beastman known as Iron Pig Enforcer. Dark energy pours off him like smoke, far stronger than before. This aura feels disturbingly similar to Demon Mommy's. Red Tank Bull stands up in alarm. Demon Mommy smiles and tells him he can't back out now. The duel begins. Dark mist floods from Iron Pig Enforcer's body as he roars. The pressure alone shakes the ground. His combat power skyrockets past 10,000. Hero's eyes widen. This kind of growth in just days makes no sense. What my boy doesn't know is that this power surge is Demon Mommy's doing. Still, Bro clenches his fist. He won't retreat. He charges forward. Iron Pig Enforcer swings his massive iron club, smashing the ground with terrifying force and cracking the earth apart. Hero twists his body, barely dodging the blow, then attacks from the side. His fist slams into the beastman's face. It's not enough. He follows up instantly with another strike. But despite taking the hits head-on, Iron Pig Enforcer doesn't even step back. He counters with a wide swing, nearly crushing MC's arm. After narrowly dodging, Hero looks up. Aside from a thin trickle of blood, his opponent looks almost untouched. Before Hero can hesitate any longer, Iron Pig Enforcer suddenly rushes forward at full speed. The ground trembles beneath his charge, but in MC's eyes, every movement feels slow and obvious. After enduring Red Tank Bull's brutal training, his vision has completely changed. Don't panic. Bro remembers the lesson. True combat is the fusion of technique and mana. When the two are combined, even a single strike can become lethal. Fighting isn't about swinging harder. It's about striking correctly, with intent. Until now, Hero hadn't truly meant to kill his opponent. Because of that, all his attacks were incomplete. Now he understands. Strike to end it. Little Bro clenches his fist. Blue light erupts around his hand as mana floods in. Using the Bull Breaker combat technique, my man drives a mana-charged punch straight into his opponent's core. The shockwave explodes outward. The earth shakes violently. When the dust clears, Iron Pig Enforcer is revealed once more. A massive hole has been blasted straight through his chest. The announcer's voice echoes across the field. The winner is the human. Hearing this, Hero collapses onto the ground. That single blow drained almost everything he had. He did it. He pierced straight through his opponent's heart. But just as everyone believes it's over, something horrifying happens. Dark, web-like strands begin spreading from the wound, slowly filling the empty space inside the Beastman's body. That's when MC realizes the truth. This isn't natural. It's Demon Mommy's work, a dark immortality curse. Red Tank Bull breaks into a cold sweat, while Demon Mommy watches with quiet satisfaction. Hero's growth is terrifying, but she expected this much. Within seconds, Iron Pig Enforcer stands back up, completely restored. What kind of curse is that? Even the lazy goddess looks confused. Still, curses like this don't last forever. time is limited. The Beastman charges again, drool dripping from his mouth. Bro studies his movements. They're the same as before. Predictable. Easy to dodge. But right as my man prepares to step aside, his legs suddenly give out. Pain explodes through his body. Before he can react, he's slammed into the wall like a cannonball. Instinctively, Hero twists his opponent's arm with all his strength. There's a clear cracking sound, but the Beastman doesn't even flinch. He throws MC aside like trash. The impact knocks the air from Hero's lungs, and his vision goes black for a moment. Every part of his body screams. Bones are broken everywhere. Please, just stand up. A soft voice reaches him from the stands. The silver-haired saint rarely speaks, but now she does. Hearing this, Bro forces himself back to his feet, trembling. He refuses to fall here. Not in front of the girl he personally invited. He hasn't even gone on a proper walk with her yet. Mana erupts from Hero's body like a storm. If his bones are broken, then he'll bind them with mana itself. A crude mana armor forms around him. Reinforced by sheer will, Bro moves again. He leaps high into the air, compressing every remaining drop of mana into both fists. Die. His strike crashes down onto the Beastman's head with overwhelming force. The skull nearly collapses under the blow, yet even now, the creature refuses to fall. Dark mist erupts again, clinging desperately to its host. Hero's eyes are calm, empty, focused. Victory is the only thing in his mind. He raises his hand once more. "This is my job. Come on, musclehead pig." Another punch slams down. From the stands, Demon Mommy frowns and questions Red Tank Bull. Did he really teach MC this level of mana control? He shakes his head. He didn't. That answer makes her tense. This human is becoming something dangerous. Even she acknowledges it. The duel is immediately declared over. When Hero regains consciousness, he's already back in Monster Dog's room. Confused, he asks how the fight ended. The lazy goddess tells him he won, and the silver-haired saint healed him afterward. Bro immediately checks his hero system. 12 levels gained, all attributes increased, and a brand new skill unlocked, mana control. Even the lazy goddess has never heard of it. Hero complains, but she quickly defends herself, saying it's just extremely rare. Not that she's clueless. As they bicker, my man notices a small note resting nearby. Elsewhere, the silver-haired saint returns to her room. She gazes out the window, deep in thought, mastering mana in just days, learning advanced combat techniques in less than a week. This human is different. She folds her hands gently. She prayed to the divine not long ago. Maybe this is the answer. Or maybe it's simply his own talent. Either way, it no longer matters. He won. Perhaps he's the one she's been waiting for. She walks to the door and knocks softly. The guard asks what she needs. After a moment of hesitation, she speaks. She wants to go for a walk. Back inside Monster Dog's room, my man opens the small note he found earlier. It's from the silver-haired saint. She's inviting him for a walk in the back garden. Hero's entire body stiffens. His heart starts racing like crazy. Without wasting another second, Bro rushes to the meeting spot. On the way, his mind spirals. Should he ask for her contact crystal first? Or maybe suggest exchanging letters? Meanwhile, the lazy goddess is clearly annoyed. She tells him to stop dreaming. This is obviously a trap. They should go back. Before she can finish complaining, my man suddenly grabs her arm. He senses movement ahead. Turning his head, he spots the silver-haired saint approaching. But she's not alone. 2 massive bull guards walk behind her. That instantly kills the mood. Hero isn't happy. He thought this would be a private walk. She explains calmly that they're her guards. As a prisoner, she isn't allowed to move freely. Hearing that, Bro finally understands her situation. They begin walking anyway. Under the intense stare of the 2 bull guards, Bro is so nervous he can barely speak. After a short silence, the saint turns her head and asks him a question. Is he a hero? Hero freezes, then nods. She explains her reasoning. In her homeland, only demons or heroes have black hair. Combined with his performance in the duel, the answer was obvious. Her straightforward praise makes Bro flustered. He laughs awkwardly, then gathers his courage and asks something in return. What does she think of him? As a person? For the first time, confusion appears on her face. It's a rare expression, and she clearly doesn't know how to answer. The atmosphere turns painfully awkward. Then a familiar voice cuts in from the distance. Red Tank Bull arrives. He says the Legion commander wants to see Hero immediately. Just like that, the carefully planned walk is over before it even begins. MC is dragged straight to Demon Mommy's office. Demon Mommy sits casually, legs crossed on the desk, watching him. She praises his duel performance and says his recent progress is impressive. Then she reminds him of the proposal she once made. Hiro nods. He remembers. Dual opponents she chooses. Earn protection. She smiles, then admits it was never serious. She expected him to die quickly. But now her thinking has changed. She points toward Red Tank Bull and says he once claimed Hiro would become an excellent demon officer. So instead of more duels, she wants to try something different. Demon Mommy steps down from the desk and slowly approaches. She explains that the Legion's cooking unit suffered heavy losses, and the higher-ups can't even get proper meals anymore. So starting today, Hiro is appointed commander of the cooking unit. He's given full authority to recruit personnel however he wants. Can he handle it? Bro knows he has no choice. He accepts immediately. The lazy goddess teases him on the way out, calling him a promoted human who somehow became a demon officer. Hiro grins. It actually feels amazing. They arrive at the Legion kitchen arguing as usual. The moment Bro pushes open the door, loud chewing sounds echo inside. A cooking soldier is greedily eating something. When he notices Hiro, he scoffs and calls him a barbecue slave. That word snaps something inside Bro. He steps forward and calmly corrects him. Starting today, he's the head supervisor of this kitchen. Then Hiro kicks the guy straight in the face. After venting his anger, my man gathers everyone inside. There are barely 30 soldiers left. Most have combat power around 2,000. The strongest barely reaches 30,000. Hiro immediately notices something wrong. This unit should have hundreds of people. Someone explains that most were wiped out during monster hunts. Bro stays calm. The strongest chef already died earlier, so it's no surprise these leftovers couldn't survive. He asks who the strongest among them is now. Everyone points at the guy he just kicked. Perfect. Hiro appoints him deputy supervisor on the spot. Meeting dismissed. Sitting alone afterward, Bro thinks carefully. The kitchen unit needs at least 200 members. There's only one way to solve this. The next morning at dawn, Hiro leaves the quarters with Monster Dog at his side. He already has a recruitment plan. Simple, effective. Either join the kitchen department or get eaten by Monster Dog. Let the hiring begin. Hiro steps forward and boots a soldier straight in the face. The power reader flashes. Not even 2,000. Easy. He tilts his head and grins. Hey, you, little mole. Want to join the kitchen unit? The soldier blinks, looks around, then points at himself. Mole? Me? Before he can process it, Bro kicks him again. The mole drops to the ground, holding his face, completely offended. Why? Why are you hitting me before I even answer? Because congratulations, you're today's first recruit. Bro squats down and explains it slowly. Being first means higher status. You get authority, you get perks. You can boss people around or find someone else to take the blame when things go wrong. The mole's brain visibly struggles. Blame? Exactly. Now go bring your friends. For every 10 people you recruit, I'll give you one subordinate. The mole doesn't fully understand, but power is power. He scrambles off immediately. Hiro's plan is simple. If this keeps up, he'll build a full division without lifting a finger. What little bro doesn't realize is that the mole belongs to an independent battalion. That information reaches their commander very quickly. Inside a quiet office, a refined demon known as Perfume Blade Doris calmly sips tea. A soldier bursts in, panicking. Commander, we have a problem. Doris gently wipes his hands. Desertion? Mass escape? Surely not. He treats his troops well. No, sir. They didn't run. They were recruited as cooks. Doris relaxes. That's normal. Kitchen recruitment happens all the time. Then the soldier shouts through tears. 200. He took 200 soldiers. The teacup freezes midair. Back outside, MC is still recruiting. We've passed 200. Should we stop? The moment he says it, something feels wrong. He turns. A massive figure stands there. Didn't I say bring one friend? Why did you bring a pig? No, not a pig. Hiro checks the power reader. Immeasurable. Over 50,000. That's not a soldier, that's a walking disaster. Bro immediately decides it's time to retreat. But it's too late. A calm voice calls out behind him. Going somewhere? Doris steps forward, smiling politely. Bro forces the calmest smile of his life. Yes, sir. What an honor. What brings you here? Doris introduces himself as commander of the independent battalion. Then the smile disappears. What brings me here? You tell me. Why did you take half my battalion? Hiro freezes. All from one battalion? That explains why this went too smoothly. A few minutes later, Bro is seated across from Doris in his office. So you're saying this wasn't intentional? Bro nods fast and lays it on thick. Of course not, sir. I only chose the most heroic-looking soldiers. It's pure coincidence they all belong to your battalion. Doris internally preens. Demon Mommy favors this human. Best not cause trouble. He smiles. Very well, if that's your method, we'll accept it. Hero almost celebrates, but stops himself. Sure enough, Doris raises one finger. One condition. Take one more soldier from my battalion, that's all. My man instantly understands. He's being handed dead weight. But when he hesitates, Doris's killing intent leaks out just a little. Oh, no sir, I'm just very happy. The door opens. A giant blocks the doorway. A towering brute, half ogre, half orc. Power level, immeasurable. Name, Brick Mountain. Bro looks up calmly. Looks dumb. Hits like the apocalypse. Perfect. The next day, Bro gathers the entire kitchen unit. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Monster Dog's caretaker and your head supervisor. He announces a full reorganization. Everyone lines up. Using the power reader, Hero quickly sorts them. The weak stay in the kitchen, the strong go hunting. Minutes later, 2 clean lines form. Right side, cooking squad. Left side, combat squad. A tiny beast man raises his hand. I object. I want to hunt. I want fresh meat. Hero laughs awkwardly and curls a finger. Come here. The runt walks over. My man kicks him across the yard. Oops, you failed. At that exact moment, the hero system activates. Leadership demonstrated. Troop structure stabilized. Hidden stat charisma increased. Command authority level up. Bro's eyes widen. He didn't expect that. Anyone else? He raises his fist. No? Good. Combat squad. Grab your weapons. Time to hunt. Under Hero's command, the combat squad marches into the northern forest. But something feels off. There isn't a single beast in sight. Not even tracks. Little Bro narrows his eyes. Did everything run away already? The lazy goddess suggests it might be because Monster Dog and Brick Mountain are simply too strong. Their presence alone could scare prey into hiding. My man agrees. But that creates another problem. Those two are the squad's strongest assets. He can't just leave them behind. Then the lazy goddess suddenly claps her hands, smiling in a way that makes Bro uneasy. Why don't we use them as bait? Hero stares at her. Yep, she's evil. After a moment of careful thought, Bro gathers the squad and randomly selects 5 soldiers using numbered slips. With visible emotional pain, he orders Brick Mountain to throw the chosen soldiers deep into the forest. Number 14. Launch. To make it safe, Hero orders torches lit. That way, the bait can follow the smoke back. The lazy goddess tilts her head. Are you sure they'll come back alive? My man smirks calmly. At least 1 out of 6 will return. Everyone watching thinks Hero has completely lost his mind. The bait soldiers panic. This is suicide. But when they turn around to run, Monster Dog is already blocking the way, tail wagging ominously. Hero's voice is calm. You have 2 options. Do as I say, or take a trip inside Monster Dog. Faced with guaranteed death versus possible death, the soldiers choose hope. And sure enough, after some time, the bait works. They return, running for their lives, with several beasts chasing behind them. Perfect. Hero raises a hand. Let them weaken the targets. I only need the final hit. Before he can even step forward, Brick Mountain roars and swings his weapon. One strike. The massive beast explodes into fragments. Monster Dog follows up, tearing through the rest in seconds. Bro just stands there, staring. What am I supposed to do with this? No final blow, no intact meat. This hunt is ruined. Next time, those 2 stay home. Hero waves dismissively and heads back. Not long after returning, Bro storms into the kitchen and kicks the door open. Are you slacking again? Is the food ready? The deputy chef runs over, sweating, trying to explain that today's meat quality isn't ideal. Hero's expression darkens instantly. A craftsman doesn't blame his tools. The deputy snaps to attention, but my man knows the truth. With these cooks, even stray dogs would cover their noses. Luckily, he already has a solution. Regular soldiers eat regular food. Only battalion commanders and above get his cooking. Problem solved. After finishing a fresh roast, Hero personally delivers it to the silver-haired saint to thank her for saving him during the duel. She politely takes only a small piece. The aroma alone surprises her. One bite, then another. Her eyes widen. This is the best food she's eaten since arriving at the Black Castle. She finishes everything without realizing it. As MC picks up the plate to leave, she suddenly asks him something unexpected. After you leave this place, what do you want to do? Hero answers without thinking. Get married, have kids, live peacefully. She freezes. That wasn't the kind of ambition she expected from a hero. She nods quietly and tells him he may go. At the door, Bro shyly adds that it doesn't have to be a village chief's daughter. Then he asks her the same question. What about you? She thinks for a long time, then answers calmly. I don't want anything. Far away, inside the human empire, an urgent report reaches the top. The missing saint has been located. She's imprisoned in the Black Castle. The leaders panic. Direct invasion is impossible while Demon Mommy is present. Historically, the castle has only fallen when she wasn't there. After careful thought, the solution is clear. Summon the heroes. Send them as a secret rescue force. The next morning, Hero assembles his squad early for another hunt. But her words still echo in his mind. I don't want anything. Why would someone think that way? Lost in thought, MC raises his hand and signals the squad to stop. He calls forward all squad leaders, 10 of them. They tense up immediately. What madness is coming today? Thankfully, Brick Mountain isn't present, so maybe no one gets thrown into the forest. Instead, Hero surprises everyone by pulling out large chunks of seasoned roast. Eat! The leaders hesitate. Eat now, or feed Monster Dog. They eat. Tears form as they chew. Head chef, what is this? It's incredible! They devour everything in seconds. We chose the right unit. You're a great leader. Give us more. Hero gently raises one finger. Meal's over. Now the game begins. Go capture beasts alive. The squad that brings back the most gets to dine with me tonight. The moment Hero's words fall, the hunt turns into a brutal competition. A fight not for glory, but for meat. Every squad leader charges forward like their life depends on it. My boy watches calmly. Desire controls all living creatures. Today is no exception. By the time the hunt ends, Bro's level climbs again. 224. Back at camp, Hero claps his hands and announces the result. The Wild Wolf Squad wins today's hunt. They earn the right to dine with him. The rest can only hope for better luck next time. At the same time, deep inside the Black Castle, something far darker is unfolding. Demon soldiers lie scattered across the halls, bodies soaked in blood. All of them were killed by a single intruder. Within moments, that figure reaches the chamber where the silver-haired saint is confined. He removes his hood. He introduces himself as a shadow hero sent from the human empire, a secret rescue agent known as Halo Fist. He declares that he has come to take her back. Unexpectedly, the saint refuses. She orders him to leave. Halo Fist scratches his head, smiling awkwardly, and steps closer. He says this is his mission, and he must complete it. The saint warns him again. If he doesn't leave, she'll use holy power to alert Demon Mommy. Before she can finish speaking, Halo Fist drives a heavy punch into her stomach. Sleep now. When you wake up, you'll be back home. As darkness closes in, the saint's mind reels. Holy power? How can he use it so freely? No, she refuses to return to that place. Just as she's about to lose consciousness, a massive fist slams into Halo Fist's face. Get your filthy hands off her. It's Hero. The punch carries nearly all of Bro's strength, but Halo Fist doesn't even budge. He turns his head slowly, intrigued. Dark power, yet human on the outside. Interesting. He mocks MC, saying his moves are decent, but his magic output is lacking. Before he finishes, Hero attacks again, spinning into a mana-charged strike far faster than expected. Halo Fist's eyes narrow. Now he's interested. He blocks and counters in one motion. The impact sends blood spraying from Hero's mouth, and little Bro collapses instantly. Did he die? Even Halo Fist hesitates for a moment. Nearby, the lazy goddess, hiding in panic, freezes. One hit, and her hero is down. Maybe she should go get Monster Dog. After confirming Hero is still alive, Halo Fist pulls out a high-tier Holy Scroll, a last resort escape tool. Then, a calm female voice echoes behind him. What's going on here? Do you need help? He turns slowly. It's Demon Mommy. Halo Fist stiffens. He didn't sense her approach at all. He forces a greeting, calling her by an infamous title. She laughs lightly and corrects him. Gourmet suits her better. Cold sweat pours down Halo Fist's face. The Pope warned him never to fight her. Now he understands why. He can't sense her power, not even a trace. That means the gap between them is immeasurable. Still, he doesn't want to run. Then it happens. Her pressure crashes down like a storm. Focus. Don't panic. Find the moment to escape. Before the thought finishes, his vision spins. His arm is gone. When did that happen? He freezes. Demon Mommy smiles. Come on. Make this fun for me. In that instant, Halo Fist knows it's over. Escape is impossible. Survival is uncertain. He bites down and crushes the scroll in his mouth. Brilliant holy light erupts, enough to erase most demons instantly. Demon Mommy merely frowns. Oh, trying to run already? In a blink, Halo Fist vanishes. She lets him go. If she wanted him dead, he would have died thousands of times already. Demons have walked this continent for over 500 years. Countless monsters rise and fall. Only two remain untouchable: the Demon King and Demon Mommy. This time, the dead all belong to Red Tank Bull's faction. He won't be pleased. Time passes. The next day arrives. Hero wakes up and resumes training under Red Tank Bull. He's criticized sharply. His attack patterns are too straightforward. His magic usage lacks creativity, too rigid, too predictable. Then Red Tank Bull changes tone. No matter how strong you become, Someone stronger always exists. Victory isn't about fairness. Any tactic is acceptable. Today's training ends here. The moment Red Tank Bull leaves, my man collapses flat onto the ground. I'm done. I'm actually done. Someone save me. Under the lazy goddess's healing magic, Hiro's condition slowly stabilizes. She crosses her arms and complains that to him, she's basically just a walking potion now. But bro isn't even listening. His thoughts are already drifting far away. One sentence echoes in his mind. Become stronger. Only strength can protect what you care about. Those were the silver-haired saint's words. Without thinking, bro mutters them out loud. I need to get stronger. The timing is catastrophic. The lazy goddess instantly bristles. Oh? Still thinking about her? You nearly died for that woman. And you dared speak rudely to a saint. That's divine punishment territory. They start bickering again, but then the goddess pauses. Something doesn't add up. That blonde assassin clearly used holy power. So why would someone from the human side attack their own saint? Hiro agrees. As the next holy figure, she should be priceless. Either way, this topic needs to stop. Immediately. Why? Because you like her. Bro covers his ears. Enough. Stop being jealous. Sometime later, Hiro lies face down in his room, dramatically crying. Let this life end already. Next life? I don't even want to be human. Monster Dog tilts its head in confusion. To answer that confusion, the lazy goddess explains what happened earlier. 10 minutes ago, Hiro was summoned to Demon Mommy's office. She looked bored, very bored. I have a problem, she said. I'm bored. That sentence alone nearly killed MC. She leaned forward and smiled. You have 1 month. Go defeat a battalion commander. Seeing Hiro's pale face, she casually added that if he couldn't manage it, she could help him the same way she helped Iron Pig Enforcer. That help involved curses. Bro immediately refused. He promised to complete the task perfectly. After finishing the story, the goddess pats Monster Dog and says it should say goodbye. It won't be seeing Hiro for a while. Then she turns back to MC. Accept your fate. With 9,000 power, you think you can beat a battalion commander? That's when Hiro suddenly sits up. Battalion commanders usually exceed 40,000. He glances down at Monster Dog, whose power level is still unknowable. If only you could fight for me. Then a thought hits him. Wait, she never said it had to be a duel. After confirming this 3 times with the lazy goddess, Bro's eyes light up. That means ambushes are allowed, group attacks are allowed, Monster Dog is allowed. Lure the target out. Let Monster Dog strike first, then swarm him. The goddess shakes her head. Clever. Or cowardly. Hard to tell. Now comes the only problem. How do you lure a battalion commander out? For MC, that isn't a problem at all. He heads to the kitchen. Ribs, honey to draw out the juices, mushrooms, garlic, seasonings, a decorative fish that spits water for no reason. Everything goes into the pot, low heat, 2 hours. Then it burns. Damn it. Still, Hiro salvages what he can, trims the edges, adds green garnish. Perfect. With this dish, no commander can resist. Elsewhere, the peace-loving battalion commander Velvet Tusk Doris is enjoying a quiet meal. After dumping the troublemaker Brick Mountain on someone else, life has finally become calm. Then, a subordinate reports that the head chef requests an audience. Doris waves dismissively. Tell him Brick Mountain isn't coming back. But the soldier shakes his head. He says he's here to express gratitude. And he wants to cook for you personally. Doris freezes. Rumors say Hiro's cooking can even conquer Demon Mommy's taste. That alone is dangerous. He immediately orders MC inside. Moments later, Hiro enters carrying a large plate. For dramatic flair, he's holding a red flower in his mouth. Lord Doris, long time no see. Doris's face flushes instantly. His heart pounds like a runaway beast. He forces himself to calm down. I heard you came to say thanks? Yes, thanks to your kindness earlier, I smoothly became head chef. Hiro places the dish down carefully. To show my gratitude, I prepared this just for you. Doris doesn't hear a word. His eyes are locked on the plate. That aroma. He grabs a rib without ceremony and bites down. The moment it hits his tongue, his mind goes blank. So good, I can't stand it. Embarrassing sounds escape his mouth as he eats. Doris, red-faced, finally looks up. This is incredible. I'm glad it suits your taste. Bro forces the gentlest smile imaginable. Then he bows slightly. I'll take my leave. Suppressing every ounce of disgust, Hiro turns and walks out the door. The second my man steps out of that room, he completely loses it. He bends over and throws up everything he's eaten this entire week. How do I even describe what I just witnessed? It was vile. Pure nightmare fuel. That pig needs to die. That was the plan. Feed Lord Pork Tank for a week. Turn him into a walking meat addict. Then lure him into the forest and end him quietly. Perfect. Clean. Efficient. But today, something goes wrong. After tasting the food, Pork Tank suddenly freezes. His face turns serious. Turns out, tomorrow is his position defense match. If he loses his battalion commander seat. He looks down at his swollen body and lets out a bitter laugh. Ever since I became like this, everyone looks down on me. Then he keeps eating. Big bites. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Meanwhile, Bro feels his soul leaving his body. It's over. If this pig loses tomorrow, a full week of suffering was pointless. And let's be real, there's no universe where this bloated pig wins a serious duel. But then Pork Tank speaks again. If you're free, I hope you'll come watch tomorrow. You're my lucky charm. Bro nods slowly. Yeah, sure. Inside, he's praying like his life depends on it. Please let the challenger be even worse than him. The next day, Bro shows up at the duel arena with massive dark circles. But hey, look on the bright side. Maybe he'll awaken and become Super Pig. Then he immediately slaps himself mentally. A Super Pig weighing 800 kilos? Yeah, no. Inside the arena, Pork Tank takes a full 30 minutes just to climb the stairs. But the moment he sees Hero in the stands, his eyes light up. My lucky charm, you came. His opponent steps forward, a massive demon, deer head, muscle stacked on muscle. Honestly, Bro's prayers must have literally offended every god available. The duel starts. The deer demon moves first, fast, sharp, deadly. But the moment he collides with Pork Tank, he stops, completely. To everyone's shock, the fat commander's arms lock in place like steel clamps. Then, boom! He shifts his stance and slams the ground. The entire arena cracks apart. Even Hero, sitting far away, nearly gets knocked over by the shockwave. Yeah, that settles it. Winner, Pork Tank. That night, Bro returns to his room in silence. After seeing that strength, one thing becomes clear. Monster Dog alone won't be enough. So the plan changes. If one monster isn't enough, then he'll borrow stronger monsters. Deep forest monsters, boss-level problems, like a certain mother-sized nightmare. Thanks to the Kitchen Squad's scouting, Hero now understands the forest layout perfectly. Enemy of my enemy is my temporary co-worker. 3 days later, deep in the back mountain forest, the lazy goddess looks ready to puke. 3 straight days memorizing the monster encyclopedia was too much for her brain. Before I actually throw up, can we hurry? Hero nods and opens the map. First target is 1 kilometer ahead. Locals call it something that translates to forest worm. The goddess immediately rejects it. Too weak, not aggressive. Then she points again. What about that one? Bro blinks. Oh, yeah, you're surprisingly competent. She smirks. Call me beast expert. Soon, my man gathers all kitchen soldiers. 1 mark on the map stands out. Steel-like scales, dragon-shaped outline. Could be anything, but in Hero's mind, dragon equal to big damage. Good enough. They arrive at the territory. Today's mission is simple. We're cleaning this place. No capturing. No mercy. Kill here. Eat here. The Kitchen Squad loses their minds. Fresh meat? As much as we want? Let's go. They start slaughtering everything in sight, but Bro grows impatient. Where's the boss? With this, many small ones dead, something big should have shown up already. So he pushes it further. Light the fires. Start roasting everything. And right on cue, the ground starts shaking. Hero's eyes light up. It's here. Trees explode outward as something massive steps into view. 5 meters tall, dragon-shaped head, body wrapped in black scales, eyes glowing red. Bro pulls out the power gauge. Immeasurable. Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. The lazy goddess quickly explains what they're facing. That thing isn't just a random monster, it's a top-tier beast. Strong enough to go head-to-head with a battalion commander. The moment the massive dragon-shaped creature shows itself, panic spreads. The kitchen soldiers scatter instantly. Run! That thing is a nightmare! But my man just grins. Perfect. If this thing can fight a battalion commander, then that means Pig Lord can be dealt with. Everyone, I'll handle this. Follow my lead. With that, Hero bolts forward at full speed. At the same time, inside the Black Castle, Demon Mommy summons Red Bullhead to her office. What has that human been doing lately? Red Bullhead answers honestly, nothing unusual. He's been working as head chef, training when scheduled. No strange behavior. That response actually makes Demon Mommy frown. Too peaceful. That's not like him. You didn't secretly teach him something crazy again, did you? Nope. You know, just routine training. Then she asks the real question. What are his odds of beating a battalion commander? Red Bullhead doesn't hesitate. 0. Still, something feels off. I've heard he's been spending a lot of time with Pig Lord lately. That pig? Demon Mommy raises an eyebrow. He says he can defeat a battalion commander, yet he's cozying up to one. Interesting. Let's watch. Over the next few days, Bro keeps delivering meals to Pig Lord. Plate after plate, day after day. This barbecue is incredible. Thanks again. After devouring an absurd amount of food, Pig Lord finally pauses. That's when Hero deliberately sighs, loudly. Pig Lord notices immediately. What's wrong? Hero hesitates, then lowers his head. It's nothing. Just something happened in the kitchen unit. This might be the last meal I bring you. Pig Lord jumps up. What happened? Hero explains carefully. Demon Mommy wants a special type of beast meat, but the beast is too strong, even after days of fighting. We couldn't capture it. Pig Lord is stunned. What kind of beast could cause that much trouble? Marble-patterned beast. Pig Lord has never heard of it, which makes sense, because Hero just made it up. This is life or death, I wouldn't lie. Seeing Hero's distressed face, Pig Lord makes a bold move. I'll lend you 200 soldiers. Hero shakes his head. Too weak. They'd just die for nothing. But if you went personally, this problem would disappear, and I'll make sure Demon Mommy hears about your contribution. The image forms instantly in Pig Lord's head. Demon Mommy praising him, touching his face, acknowledging his strength. He gets excited. You'll really tell her? Hero nods firmly. Pig Lord slams the table. All right, I'll help you. After all, we're friends. Hero bows deeply. Thank you, my lord. A slow, satisfied smile crosses his face. The next morning at dawn, Pig Hunt operation officially begins. Hero brings along his strongest kitchen fighters, Monster Dog and Big Thrower. They meet up with Pig Lord's forces, and Hero immediately feels uneasy. This is too much. Over 500 soldiers, way more than expected. But it's too late to turn back. They march deep into the forest. Then, the ground starts shaking violently. Hero swallows. That's it. It's coming. Pig Lord stretches his arms. Good. Time to move a little. He jumps down from his carriage. At that moment, the massive beast smashes through the trees. Its roar shakes the entire forest. Pig Lord squints. That cry. I feel like I've seen this thing before. Hero quickly cuts him off. Don't all big beasts look the same? Pig Lord shrugs. Fair enough. He cracks his knuckles. I'll handle it. Make sure Demon Mommy knows what I did. Hero's lips curl slightly. Of course. I'll report every detail personally. The battle erupts. Every clash sends shockwaves through the forest. Trees snap. Rocks explode. The ground splits. But Hero's smile slowly fades. Pig Lord isn't fighting recklessly. He's using his soldiers as shields, letting them absorb the beast's attacks, keeping himself almost untouched. That wasn't part of the plan. Then, a soldier suddenly sprints over, screaming, "Another monster is attacking!" Hero freezes. What? This is supposed to be this beast's territory. By natural law, monsters don't invade each other's domains. So then, why is something else coming? Before anyone can react, the ground suddenly splits open. A massive, worm-shaped monster bursts out of the earth, spraying dirt everywhere. The lazy goddess goes pale. That thing, I recognize it. Hero's eyes widen. Why is that thing here? Seeing the situation spiral completely out of control, Pig Lord finally panics. Retreat! All units! Fall back immediately! At the same time, the lazy goddess grabs Hero's sleeve. My hero, what do we do now? Hero knows one thing for sure. If Pig Lord escapes, the one who dies later will be him. Hero takes a deep breath. His eyes harden. Red Bull combat style? First form. Pig Lord doesn't even understand what that means before Bro's fist slams straight into his stomach. Pig Lord's eyes go wide. Hero's voice cuts through the chaos. Cancel that order. No retreat. He turns to the soldiers, shouting at full volume. Listen carefully. There is no way back. Only those who survive this fight get to attend the victory feast. Pig Lord staggers, then slowly lifts his head. In his mind, a single thought burns. When is a demon truly enraged? Not when wounded, not when defeated, but when a pathetic human, someone he showed kindness to, betrays him. Pig Lord's vision turns red. Kill him. A violent crimson light explodes from his eyes. Without hesitation, he activates his forbidden move. Bloodline Awakening. Second Bloom. This technique burns life itself in exchange for monstrous power. The lazy goddess screams. Run! If he uses that, you'll die! But Pig Lord's aura expands violently, crushing everything around him. The nearby ground noodle doesn't even get a chance to scream before being instantly erased. Hero is barely far enough away to survive, but only barely. Pig Lord's killing intent doesn't fade. I'll tear you apart. At that moment, Hero suddenly remembers. He still has two trump cards, Monster Dog and Big Thrower. Where are they? The lazy goddess scans frantically. They were dragged into the worm's underground nest. Hero's heart sinks. That means he's alone. Against a battalion commander in Bloodline Bloom? Almost impossible. But then, Piglord suddenly coughs violently. Blood spills from the corner of his mouth. Hero's eyes sharpen. I see it now. That power comes with brutal backlash. So Hero turns and runs. Lazy goddess, now! Tell me what beasts are nearby. 11 o'clock direction, ogre territory. Ogres? Perfect. Ogres are absurdly strong. Normally over 30,000 combat power. Unfortunately, moved to Piglord in this state, there's still nothing more than speed bumps. Hero runs, Piglord chases. 10 minutes pass. Piglord's breathing becomes uneven. Then, he stops. Third bloom. A new wave of terrifying power erupts. But at the same time, his heart seizes. Blood pours from his mouth. The lazy goddess feels it instantly. His energy is collapsing. Piglord finally understands. I've gone too far. I burned everything chasing him. Panic flashes across his face. He turns to flee. Hero closes the distance. Hey, where do you think you're going? You're not escaping. He clenches his fist. All remaining mana gathers into a single point. Red Bull Head combat style, 7th form. Shatter Pulse! But to Hero's shock, Piglord actually catches it. Mana collides, the air screams. Then, something else interferes. Hero is blasted backward. What? He looks up and sees Piglord clutching someone's leg. Please, save me, Commander. Standing there calmly is Demon Mommy. Her aura erupts. Shut up. How pathetic can you be? Getting beaten this badly by a human? Piglord freezes. In that instant, Hero dashes forward. Just like we agreed, I've defeated a battalion commander. His kick slams into the back of Piglord's head. That counts. Demon Mommy's lips slowly curl upward. Interesting. Then she laughs, loudly. Very interesting. Later, back at headquarters, Demon Mommy rests her chin on her hand. I told you to defeat a battalion commander. I just didn't expect you to turn half the forest into a war zone doing it. Her eyes gleam. You really are fun, Hero. After listening to Hero's explanation, Demon Mommy suddenly bursts out laughing. What kind of brain gymnastics did you do to reach that conclusion? I almost want to crack your skull open and take a look inside. Bro freezes on the spot. Please control your curiosity. I would really appreciate that. Demon Mommy narrows her eyes. She knows he exploited a loophole in her wording. She doesn't like it, not one bit. But since this is the first time, fine. Mission cleared. Don't ever try this nonsense again. Hero nods immediately. Posture perfect. Yes, my lord. Thank you very much. Back in Monster Dog's room, my man collapses flat on the floor. That was close. I seriously thought I was dead. Today felt like walking on a blade the entire time. Then he suddenly remembers something. By the way, that form Piglord used. What was that? It felt different, like a demon-only technique. Maybe we should ask that watcher next time. Then he sighs. I do feel a tiny bit bad about Piglord. He treated me decently, and I still tricked him. The lazy goddess squints at him. Really? You don't look guilty at all. Hero covers his face with both hands. No, I'm truly sorry. Unfortunately, his grin is still visible. Hey, you're smiling, aren't you? Take your hands down. After taking down Piglord, Hero shoots straight to level 420. Combat power 13,936. Beautiful. Let's keep going. This momentum feels good. We should celebrate. The lazy goddess brings over a massive mug. Cheers to defeating Piglord. 3 days later, at dawn, Bro arrives at the training grounds early. Way early. Half an hour later, Red Bull Head appears and says, "You're early," which Hero nodded. Also, congratulations on defeating Piglord. Thank you. Hero hesitates, then asks carefully, do you know about Battle Aura? Red Bull Head closes his eyes, thinking. After a moment, he nods. It's a bit early, but if it's you, it should be fine. Originally, he planned to teach this much later. Battle Aura is dangerous. Without a solid foundation, it can destroy the body. He begins explaining. Battle Aura comes in 2 forms. First, Structured Aura, techniques with fixed patterns. Second, Flowing Aura, no form, no rules, like breath itself. Flowing Aura is extremely rare. What Piglord used, that reckless bloom technique, belongs to that category. Hero listens carefully. So one is an attack style, and the other is more like a buff. Correct. That bloom form is an ancient combat art. Anyone who can use demon energy can attempt it. But almost no one does. The side effects are brutal. Hero falls silent. I have dark energy inside me too. Red Bull Head shakes his head. It exists in your body, yes, but it isn't generated by you. Hero tilts his head. So, it should be fine, right? If something goes wrong, we still have Silver Saint. Hero makes up his mind. I want to learn it. Red Bull Head pinches the bridge of his nose. He thinks for a long time. Then, Hero suddenly kneels and grabs his leg. If you don't teach me, I'll die anyway. You know Demon Mommy. She might make me fight a regiment boss tomorrow. After a long sigh, Red Bull Head gives in. Fine. But understand this, it could kill you. Hero nods without hesitation. Every day here is already a gamble. Then let's begin. Meanwhile, deep under the Galen Empire Cathedral, inside their underground prison, a man hangs from chains, body wrecked, face swollen. That's Hilo Fist, the knight who failed a Saintess mission. Which means now, he's the one being punished. In front of him stands the Pope. Hilo Fist mutters through broken lips. So, we starting again? He already knows this routine. Penance that's really just torture with holy branding. The Pope calmly nods and says, I'll give you a chance to atone. Hilo Fist doesn't want forgiveness. He just doesn't want to die. What chance? The Pope answers flatly, kill the Saintess. Hilo Fist pauses, thinking he misheard. Why would we kill the Saintess? What do we gain from that? The Pope shuts it down instantly. You don't need to know the reason. Hilo Fist shakes his head. I refuse. The glutton in that black castle isn't someone I can handle. The Pope's tone softens like he expected that answer. We'll move when the glutton isn't there, and this time, 3 knights will go with you. This time, failure is not allowed, Hilo Fist. Cut to training ground. My boy activates that evolution form for the first time, and the next second he drops to the ground foaming at the mouth, his whole body twitching uncontrollably. Red Tank Bull panics and calls the Saintess. She arrives, takes one look, and immediately snaps. Have you both lost your minds? You made a human practice a combat technique meant for demons? Red Tank Bull tries to explain. My boy said he felt fine, and over time, the demon energy would decrease. She turns and gives him a deadly stare. If we leave him like this, his survival rate is less than 1%. Before this, she had sealed the demon energy inside him, contained and controlled. But now, it's spread through his entire body. She grabs my guy's hand and explains quickly. I'll use holy power to suppress the demon energy, then spread it evenly through his body until the concentration reaches a level he can tolerate. Red Tank Bull asks, is that even possible? She answers honestly, I don't know. There's no precedent. And if the demon energy resists the holy power, it could turn violent. She looks down at my boy. But we don't have another choice. Then a golden light floods the entire room as holy power pours out of the Saintess and starts flowing directly into my guy's body. 3 days later, my boy slowly groans and opens his eyes. Before he can even sit up, Monster Dog and Goddess rush to his side like he just came back from the dead. You're awake. You finally woke up. Goddess leans closer and asks if he's all right, and my man answers weakly that he's fine, even though something already feels off. His memory stops at learning the evolution form, but his body doesn't feel strange at all. So Dude does the first logical thing. He opens his status screen, probably expecting some kind of recovery buff after all that suffering. Instead, he gets slapped in the face with demon energy. He just stares at it. Goddess, is it even possible for a hero to have demon energy? Not long after, Demon Mommy and Red Tank Bull arrive after hearing the news. Demon Mommy listens to the whole story with visible interest and then smiles like she just heard a fun experiment. So you tried converting demon energy into human power? With such an interesting idea, why didn't you tell me? Her tone drops. It seems humans are calling that Saintess by that title just to keep you alive. Maybe I should give you a little help. Before my guy can react, Demon Mommy's smile widens and an insane amount of magic power floods straight into his body. No warning, no preparation, just pain. His vision blurs, his consciousness fades. Don't worry, he will be fine. Just let him sleep it off. And like that, little bro blacks out again. 3 more days pass. Thanks to Saintess, my boy recovers way faster than expected. She's been taking care of him the entire time. He thanks her, but she suddenly says something that sounds way too heavy. You are my only hope. And before he can even ask what that means, she finishes the treatment and leaves like she didn't just drop a mystery bomb, which, of course, makes Dude even more suspicious. Right after that, my man goes straight to Red Tank Bull and asks to continue training. Red Tank Bull looks concerned, but my boy insists that Saintess said it's fine as long as he doesn't use magic power. Red Tank Bull nods, but his mind is clearly somewhere else. Demon Mommy has been gone for 3 days at the Demon Lord's annual meeting, and for some reason, he has a really bad feeling about this year. My boy keeps calling his name until he snaps back. Red Tank Bull tells him to focus on recovery, and Dude bows like a respectful student. But while watching him leave, Red Tank Bull notices something. My boy has definitely gotten stronger, and he doesn't even realize it. Maybe his body is adapting to demon energy. Maybe this adaptation is turning into evolution. And right in the middle of that thought, Red Tank Bull suddenly freezes. He senses something. Holy power. Inside the 3rd Legion headquarters. That should be impossible. Yes, Saintess has holy power, but this is hidden. There are 4 separate sources sneaking around. Someone is inside the castle. Red Tank Bull immediately pulls the classic, "You stay here while I go handle the dangerous stuff" move, and disappears before my man can even question it. Meanwhile, the intruders move carefully through the castle halls. One of them casually says the infiltration is going smoothly, maybe because the glutton isn't here. Another one quickly shuts him up. The glutton may be gone, but there's another monster here called the Red Nightmare. And right as he says that, Red Tank Bull appears in front of them like a horror movie jump scare. All 4 hooded humans freeze. That's the Red Nightmare. Be extremely careful. Their leader, Hilo Fist, immediately gives orders. 2 go to find Saintess. He and another knight will deal with Red Tank Bull. And just by looking into Hilo Fist's eyes, Red Tank Bull already knows. This guy is division commander level. And right at that moment, my boy shows up behind him. He saw the tension and ran over without thinking twice. Red Tank Bull scolds him for not staying put. But honestly, he's relieved. He takes off his necklace and throws it to Dude. Their target is the Saintess. Take her and run. Use this to call our senior officers. My boy nods without hesitation. The moment he runs, 2 knights chase after him. Red Tank Bull slams his fist into the ground. Bullbreaker combat technique. Explosion shockwave. The ground flips violently, buying little bro just enough time to escape. As my guy rushes towards Saintess's room, the hero system suddenly pops up. Alert! Evil villains are attempting to kill Saintess. Objective: protect the Saint candidate. Reward: 1,000 hero points. He pauses mid-run. This feels weird. Those guys are probably from the Holy Empire. Aren't they supposed to be the good side? And why is the reward so insanely high? But there's no time to think. He bursts into Saintess's room. The Minotaurs see Red Tank Bull's necklace and immediately step aside. My man doesn't even hesitate. He scoops up the Saintess like a sack of potatoes and bolts. Meanwhile, Commander Royal is in a meeting with the officers. Suddenly, a goblin barges in shouting about a human carrying Red Tank Bull's necklace and humans attacking the castle to hunt the Saintess. Royal is confused, so he comes out to meet my boy. After hearing everything and seeing the necklace, Royal looks completely puzzled. Humans want to kill the Saintess? That makes no sense. And right as he says that, his expression changes instantly. He shouts for everyone to move. 2 black shadows drop from above, aiming straight for Saintess. Royal tries to restrain them with magic, but the distance is too far. Their blades cut through the air, ready to pierce straight through her. And at that exact moment, my boy steps forward. Bullbreaker combat technique. Explosion shockwave. The shockwave erupts and slams straight into the attackers before their blades can even reach Saintess.